Tonight, a report on why the appeal of Winco Foods was denied, and an upcoming event is aimed at raising awareness about the homeless problem in Grant County. What's happening in sports, Bob?
Big Bend basketball picks up a couple of wins over Yakima, and the number 3 ranked Moses Lake girls come up big over Sunnyside. Here's a quick peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Hi everyone, meteorologist Mike Sines. We have precipitation continuing to come in from the Pacific, but will that rain or snow coming up?
I'm Amber Jenks, and we have all this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Prosecutors dropped the charges against a man accused of trying to evict a renter at gunpoint. They moved to dismiss the charge of assault in the 2nd degree against Jerry Stromberg, a 57-year-old Moses Lake resident, after investigating further. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White stated the alleged victim had a previous conviction for a crime of dishonesty, which a defense attorney could use to prove the man lied. The case was complicated by the fact prosecutors could not find the alleged victim. The defendant reportedly told police he needed to evict the person subletting the Lakeside Drive apartment because the property management company told Stromberg he wasn't allowed to sublease the residence. The victim claimed Stromberg came to the apartment, pointed a pistol at his chest, and told him to get out. Stromberg reported he was carrying a rifle from his vehicle to the apartment. The hearings for the Winco Foods appeal in Moses Lake was completed on Friday after a 3-day-long hearing. Reporter Cameron Probert has the details.
Winco Foods is closer to constructing a store in Moses Lake. The Moses Lake Planning Commission unanimously denied an appeal by a stronger Moses Lake. The decision followed a 3-day-long hearing last week. The group argued Moses Lake officials didn't consider the impact of the store on Stratford Road traffic, including the traffic at the Stratford Road and Valley Drive intersection. Attorneys representing Winco Foods and the city argued officials asked for a traffic analysis as part of the project, and the store wouldn't have a large impact on traffic in the area. The group does have the option to appeal the commission's decision to the Grant County Superior Court. For iFIBER 1 News, this is Cameron Probert reporting.
A man served a day in jail after he was accused of chasing a family outside of Quincy. Michael Vreeman, a 19-year-old Quincy resident, entered a guilty plea in Grant County Superior Court to harassment and hit and run. Chief Deputy Prosecutor Alan White stated the man's Mitsubishi Eclipse accidentally collided with a family's SUV outside of Quincy. The victims reported the car followed them into Quincy, and a 16-year-old passenger hit the SUV with a baseball bat. The attorneys recommended Vreeman serve 1 day of a 180-day sentence. Grant County Superior Court Judge David Estudio followed the recommendation. The remaining time was suspended for 2 years. The passenger was sentenced in juvenile court for hitting the SUV with the bat. Representative Matt Manueller raised concerns about a state law allowing people to use restrooms and locker rooms based on gender identity. The Washington State Human Rights Commission recently issued a rule requiring businesses to allow people to use the restroom or locker room based on whether they consider themselves a man or a woman. Manueller stated the new rule is the epitome of government overreach and a cry for state agency oversight. The rule allows men to use the women's restroom or locker room and doesn't reflect the views of people in his district. He is working with a group of legislators to repeal the rule and called it the radical agenda of a very small minority. Now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
When the cold rolls in, it's time to turn on the heater and cozy up with a book. But turning up the heat can mean higher electric bills. And for some families in tough times, that could mean choosing between a warm meal or a warm house. For decades, people like you have extended a hand to help local families in need pay those winter electric bills. Share the warmth this winter to help keep your neighbor warm by giving a little when you pay your Grant PUD bill.
This weather segment is brought to you by Barry Motors, one great place to buy and service a car. I'm meteorologist Mike Sines taking a look at our weather headlines. Tonight, this evening, we are going to continue to see a mixture of snow and ice in the forecast. We are going to see a slight warm up. It's not going to last very long, but that'll actually give us a rainy Wednesday to be in store. Starting off with our almanac for us here in Ephrata, you can see we reached a low of 31, nothing considered the record low set back in 1974 of -7 degrees. Very, very chilly. Nothing in the way reported of precip. However, that is going to be changing. That's within the past 24 hours. Moses Lake also reached the same low as us of 31 degrees. Taking a look at sky conditions right now outside your door, it is 31. We are sitting at mostly cloudy skies, and we are going to see the precipitation going to continue to come on shore. Pacific moisture continuing to bring in chances of showers as well as mixed precipitation throughout the evening time, as well as tomorrow. Look out, 30% chance tomorrow to see ice and a mixture of winter precipitation, as we can see there, also falling in the form of sleet. This is Wednesday right around 10 o'clock, and then as we make our way throughout the day, we're going to see periods of snow, mixed precipitation, and then now entering into Wednesday, you can see the majority of this is going to transform over into rain because we're going to have a slight warming trend that'll make its way in here. Taking a look at our weather conditions for tomorrow, Tuesday, we are still going to see temperatures quite chilly into the 40s and also 37 in the Yakima Valley region. However, the humidity is going to be coming in off of the west and making its way inland. That's why to start off right around midday, partly cloudy skies and mostly cloudy skies out towards the eastern portion of the state, making our way closer here into the Ephrata. 36 for us here with chances of rain and showers as well in Moses Lake. And then we are going to see that colder pocket of air still kind of stick around. That's why we are going to call for tomorrow. We are still going to have that chance for mixed precipitation in the form of ice, snow, also, winter precip. But then as we transition in, look at Wednesday, rainy 60%, a slight break from the rain, and then another system makes its way in here for the weekend, bringing us chances to see snow as well as mixed precipitation. Saturday, we're looking at a 60% chance of winter precipitation falling in the form of either snow or sleet, fog, and then another system by Monday. Thanks so much for watching weather, folks. Stay tuned. Sports next.
To save some energy, I've used Einstein's mass energy equivalents to design the haptic suits you see in front of you. They will maintain our core body temperature while we completely turn off our heat and air conditioning. With the money we save on our Grant PUD bill, I'll be expecting that trip to Disneyland this year.
You don't need to be a super genius to save energy and money. Visit grantpud.org to learn how.
The new flamethrower cheeseburger now with a $5 lunch. I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Gary, do you remember what happened last time?
I'm going flamethrower today.
Remember what happened last time?
Comes with a Sunday now. I can handle it.
You know your body, Gary.
Go flamethrower. Now the DQ $5 lunch comes with the new jalapeno bacon flamethrower cheeseburger, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. This is fan food, not fast food.
Big Bend basketball opened NWAC East Conference League play with wins over Yakima Saturday. Mackenzie Winley knocked down a game-high 20 points. and Big Ben got past Yakima 67-53. The Lady Vikings were ice cold in the first half of the contest, hitting just 15% from three-point range and 23% from the free throw line. Big Ben trailed 17-2 midway through the first quarter, but was able to close the gap to 29-25 at the half.
Back to Manning. Shot off the glass.
The Lady Vikings found their touch in the second half, hitting 58% from the field and 62% from the charity stripe.
Down low, turnaround jumper.
Big Ben's defense improved as well as the team was able to hold off a late Yak surge to win it.
Shelley for three. Not good. Put back is though.
The Running Vikes blew past the Yaks 105-79 in the second contest of the afternoon. The high-scoring affair had the Running Vikes explode for 51 first-half points on 44% shooting from the field and from three-point land. Riker Pierce, who averages 17 points per ball game, had 17 at the break for Big Bend. He finished with a game-high 21. The Running Vikes kicked it into overdrive with 54 second-half points to cruise to the lopsided win. Connor Meyerhofer and Moga Ledoux turned in solid efforts with 15 points each. J.J. Eli added 13. Keyshawn Liggins, who was held scoreless in the first half, finished the game with 10 points. The Running Vikes produced 17 points off turnovers, shot 87% from the free throw line, and had 31 points off the bench. Big Ben hits the road for a couple of games this weekend. The teams head to Blue Mountain Friday to match up with the Timberwolves and then take on the Chuckers at Treasure Valley on Saturday. Moses Lake wrestlers continue to impress with a fifth-place finish at the Raleigh Lane Invite over the weekend. Post Falls took first with 218.5 points. The Chiefs finished with 150. Hudson Mosseth, at 170 pounds, was the lone first-place finisher with a 7-6 decision over Columbia's Nathan Clements. Nick Hara took second at 120. Dylan Morris wrestled to a fourth-place finish at 182. Hunter Garland Cruz placed fourth in the 138 weight class. Cooper McCullough suffered an injury in his match and placed fifth at 132. Well, the Chiefs split round ball games with Sunnyside at home Saturday in Moses Lake. The number 3 ranked Moses Lake girls lived up to their lofty status with a dominating 59-33 win over the Grizzlies. The Chiefs stumbled out of the gate down 12-6 at the end of the first 8 minutes of action. Moses Lake heated up in the second to take a 20-17 lead at the break. The Chiefs were white hot in the third quarter, outscoring the Grizzlies 30-7. The Loetta sisters had it going on again for Moses Lake. Jesse knocked down a game-high 22. Jamie hit for 18. Abby Rathbun finished with 10. It's the 12th win in a row for the Chiefs, who moved to sole possession of first place in the Big Nine standings with 4 league wins. Well, the boys dropped a 67-57 contest to the Grizzlies. Moses Lake jumped out to a 17-13 first quarter lead, but trailed 30-25 at the half. The Chiefs had a rough night from the field and were held scoreless from three-point land by a stingy Sunnyside perimeter defense. The ever-dependable Cesar Sandoval knocked down a game-high 28 points. Zach Phillips had 12. Ricardo Gonzalez finished with 11. Trey Sanchez led the Grizzlies with 24. It's the first league loss for the Chiefs, who fall to 3-1 and into second place in the Big Nine standings. We'll be back after this commercial break.
You don't have to drive to Seattle for exceptional cancer care. Confluence Health's cancer program delivers world-class care close to home. We have a highly experienced oncology team in a state-of-the-art facility, and we're a member of the Seattle Cancer Care Alliance, which gives our patients access to world-renowned therapies developed at Fred Hutchinson, the University of Washington Medicine, and Seattle Children's. Together, with the SCCA, we're delivering world-class cancer care close to home.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the Hall of Fame induction ceremony for several high school athletes who make up the 14th class to join the school's Hall of Fame. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
The lingering snow kept even the most diehard weekend warriors off the links at the Moses Lake Golf and Country Club. But inside the warm confines of the Pillar Rock Grill, Moses Lake High School honored some of their best athletes with induction into the Hall of Fame. 5 celebrated student athletes and the 2010 state champion Mola Hyatt Stance and drill team made up the 14th class to join the Hall. Moses Lake Athletic Director Lauren Sandhop said the event is one of the highlights of the year.
The Hall of Fame has been a great endeavor that we've done for the last 15 years. This is actually the 14th annual. And so you're in a small club, and it's a pretty special group. And today I hope you're going to get a chance to look inside a little bit what it took to make the athlete that came out. It's my belief that the character and the work ethic that are really exemplified here today by these 5 individuals are the things that we put forth to the remaining part of our community. That other kids look up to that and see that, and that's hopefully what they aspire to do as well. And I think that's one of the goals of this whole program, is to try to make sure that we don't A, forget our past chiefs, but B, know that those are the things that really drive us and make us be what we are.
Greg Leonard graduated from Moses Lake in 1969 and was one of the wrestlers who helped lay the foundation for the program's continued success. He said even though he's been away from Moses Lake for most of his life, being acknowledged by his hometown community is very special.
Oh, I'm really honored. You grow up in a town. I was born and raised in Moses Lake. It was my hometown until 18, and sports were very important to me when I was younger, but then your life is just a path the whole time you're living it, and so it does give you values, though, or sets values that hopefully you'll be a good person, and I've always tried to be a good person. I've failed, but with that ethic, you try and do your best.
Ann Noyes-Nipper and her sister Carly Noyes were given the honor of being inducted together after being 2 of the most dominant basketball players in Moses Lake history, as well as accomplished multi-sport athletes. They talked about what it means to come back to Moses Lake and be recognized for their achievements.
It's been great. I mean, this is a huge honor, especially since we don't live in Moses Lake anymore. Just coming back and seeing a bunch of our old coaches and, people from the community that have supported us ever since we were younger. And so, yeah, it's just been a huge honor, and especially doing it together. It's awesome.
Well, and I remember in high school just walking down the halls in the athletic part of the high school and seeing all the different Hall of Fames and just kind of wondering, like, I wonder what it takes to make that. And so it's kind of surreal now being in that position. And it's really cool, and it's a great honor.
Since you're both Hall of Famers, I guess I could probably ask the question. You're to play right now in a game one-on-one. Who's going to win?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, probably. No, I'm just kidding.
In Moses Lake, Devin Higgins for iFIBER 1 News.
We'll be right back after this.
We are real students, and this really is our college.
My dream will change the outcome of my life.
My college is allowing me to achieve my dream.
My dream is to be a pilot.
My dream is to be a nurse.
Only you can determine your dream. Big Bend will help you get there.
What's your dream?
experience speed like never before when you connect to Grant PUD's high-speed network. Visit grantpud.org to learn more.
Welcome back. 4 people are spending a night in a cardboard box in Moses Lake to raise awareness about homelessness in Grant County. The Homeless Task Force of Grant County's Sleep on the Street event starts at 2 p.m. on January 21st at True Value Hardware, located at 711 Stratford Road. Moses Lake Police Chief Dave Ruffin is one of the people spending the night in the parking lot and raising money for a new warming center located on 3rd Avenue. The chief said the new center has enough funds to remain open until February, but they're hoping to collect enough to extend the time by at least another month. The task force is accepting donations of sleeping bags and winter clothing. The supplies are going to the center and will be used for the annual point-in-time homeless count on January 28th. More information is available at the Housing Authority of Grant County's website at hagc.net. Students applying for Big Bend Community College Foundation scholarships for the 2016-2017 school year need to have applications in by February 19th. People must submit the applications online. The process has changed from previous years. The college's foundation awards about $130,000 in scholarships to 120 students each academic year. Students applying need to include 2 current letters of recommendation and a copy of high school or college transcripts. Incomplete or late applications will not be considered. For more information, contact the Big Bend Community College Foundation office at 509-793-2006. In Northwest News, a cancer survivor in Washington is fighting back after someone stole his photo online and made him the focus of a cruel internet joke. KCPQ's Jamie Tompkins has a story.
I didn't get diagnosed with cancer. Cancer got diagnosed with Leon.
Leon Mitchell knows a thing or two about life.
Dealing with, how my neck looks, how my voice sounds.
The 31-year-old husband and father of 2 has been cancer-free for 5 years now, but the disease took a toll on his body.
It wasn't until a few years ago that I finally came to terms with it, and I saw it as my badge of honor.
A badge of honor that someone turned into a cruel joke.
I don't know who found it, why they cropped it, and, where it originated at.
A picture of Leon began circulating on social media with the caption, "Meth Curry," comparing Leon's thin neck with the frail frame of a meth user and his resemblance to NBA star Stephen Curry.
Because I've been told that I resemble Stephen Curry. I've been told that. But when I seen that there was ill intentions behind it, it was, it was hurtful. It was embarrassing.
For a man who defied cancer, a viral picture is no match.
I can't be mad at someone for doing something that they don't know anything about.
Leon is the creator of the No campaign. It stands for not now or ever, a mantra he clung to as he battled cancer, a message he shares now as a motivational speaker.
It's a lifestyle, it's a mindset, it's a way of thinking, of living.
Leon created his own meme and posted it on his Instagram account, Mr. No.
I think people really need to be a little more attentive to the power they have behind that screen.
So if you didn't know the man in the meme before,
my battle was cancer. Everyone has their own battle.
Now you know.
If it helps one person, then none of my struggles have gone in vain.
That's going to do it here for us at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.